Any valid expression we write using relational operators results in either true or false. Hence, they are called Boolean expressions in honor of the English mathematician George Boole, who pretty much created the foundation of Boolean algebra that involves zeros and ones. We can combine multiple Boolean expressions to create a compound Boolean expression. The statement, the ideal temperature for coffee is greater than or equal to 195 and less than or equal to 205 degrees Fahrenheit, is at the core a compound Boolean expression. We will spend some time writing a Python program that displays ideal or not ideal when we input the coffee temperature. First, we start by taking the temperature as an integer input from the user. Then we will start to write an if statement this way. If temperature is greater than or equal to 195 and temperature is less than or equal to 205 colon. Perfect. Now we can enter the scope of this if statement and finish the program by writing the print statements. Just to convince you that this works, I'm going to do a test run by giving a bunch of input temperature values. I've just tested it for 100, 300 and 197. Let's walk through the code when we enter a temperature of 100. Okay, so let's see what happens to the if statement here. So the temperature holds the value 100. 100 greater than or equal to 195 is going to be false, and 100 less than or equal to 205 is going to be true, right? So we have one false and one true here. AND operator requires both of them to be true. Only then it would enter the scope of the if statement and print ideal coffee temperature. To understand the AND operator better, we'll look at its truth table. If you treat A and B as Boolean expressions, if both of them are true, only then A and B will be true. For all the other cases where one of them is true and the other one is false, or when both of them are false, A and B will be false. AND is a pretty strict logical operator. Now let us consider this statement. If the coffee temperature is less than 195 or greater than 205 Fahrenheit, it is not ideal. Python code is very close to English language. Let us write a program by translating this statement into a compound Boolean expression in Python. If temperature is less than 195 or temperature greater than 205 colon, enter the scope of this if statement, print not ideal, else colon, print ideal. Here are few test runs on this program. I've entered 100, 300 and 197. For now, we're going to focus on 100. So the condition temperature less than 195 is true for 100. Temperature greater than 205 is false. OR is a pretty lenient logical operator. It just requires one of the Boolean expressions to be true. Here is the truth table for OR operator. The only time it is false is when both A and B are false. When either A or B are true, or if both of them are true, A or B is going to be true. Alright, another important logical operator in Python is NOT. So NOT applies to only one Boolean expression. Okay, so here A, whenever it's false, not A will be true. Whenever A is true, not A will be false. Pretty straightforward. Let us wrap up this lecture with few example statements that include Boolean variables. Yes, you can assign a Python variable with either true or false, and it becomes a Boolean type variable. Take the example of eligibility to vote in the United States of America. You have to be 18 years or older and a US citizen. The compound Boolean expression age greater than or equal to 18 and is citizen can be used in an if statement to determine eligibility to vote. For age equals to 17, is citizen equals to true, this compound Boolean expression will be false. Similarly, for age is equal to 32, is citizen equal to false, this will again be false. For age is equal to 20, is citizen equals to true, this compound Boolean expression will be true.